Have you ever been asked, so what are your wage expectations for this job? In other words, how much are you expecting to get paid? This is one that I know people have been asked. In fact, a lot of my candidates have said this question really threw them, and they weren't sure what to say. So let's break it down. Why are they asking you about what they want to pay you? After all, don't they know their own pay scales? As an interviewer, they may be asking you this question to actually determine a couple of aspects. One, have you done your research? Have you researched the company? Are there set pay scales? Or is this a negotiable wage? Are they unionized or privatized? They may also want to know, have you done market research? What kind of a wage is reasonable expectation for this type of work in this market, in this area? If you can add that type of detail to your answer, it gives some justification to why you're asking for a specific wage. Additionally, they may also want to know if you're coming from a competitive company or a similar type job, what are you being paid now? Because you don't list that on your resume or your application, so I don't really know what you get paid. And that probably will contribute to your expectations. If you're coming from a bigger company and one of my competitors, as a smaller company, I may not be able to meet your wage expectations. But maybe I have the ability to negotiate with some other things, like benefits or an extra week of holidays, that might be of interest for you. So in some ways, I'm asking the question to kind of learn about where you sit in your expectations and what I as an employer can do to meet those expectations. I also want to figure out, are your expectations completely unreasonable? Are you expecting to get paid what I pay someone who's been here for 10 years, who has a lot more expertise than you do? And if in fact that's what you tell me, then I may take you off my consideration list as a candidate. So you need to make sure you know how to answer this question if you get asked. So, what are your expected wages? What do you want to get paid? You need to be able to tell me not only a number, but why and how you came up with that number. And then even if you and I are not quite on the same page, at least we have a starting point. And in fact, I've kind of given you an opening. So if I ask you at the end of the interview, do you have any other questions? You could actually bring it back to this one and say, well, you asked me with regards to my wages, so I do have a few questions. Can you tell me if there is a wage comparison or bracket that you put this job in? Are you unionized or privatized? Is there some wiggle room? Or if not with wages, are you able to negotiate when it comes to benefits or holidays or days off or other things that might be of interest to me, like a free company phone or use of a car? You can get into some good discussions. Just make sure that you don't go too far into the expectation that you've already gotten the job and are now able to negotiate. But why not ask a few questions? And you can learn more about what they have to offer and vice versa. In fact, after the interview is over and you've learned this information, be honest with yourself. If what they've told you turns out that this wage is not what you expected, and or the benefits and other perks that they can offer really don't meet your expectations, you can pull out of the interview. It's actually admired by an HR group who's done a lot of work to screen and interview candidates. And if they were going to proceed with you further, if you really don't want to proceed in the job, then please tell them. You can send them an email, say thank you, explain your rationale if you want to, and leave the door open for maybe another position that you might be more interested in. I hope this helps. Because interviewing for a job can be a really hard process to figure out, what are they going to ask? Why are they asking it? How am I supposed to answer this? and do it all with the confidence that you need to show that you're the best candidate for the position. My name is Carrie-Lynn Hotson, and I'm a job interview coach, and I've created this channel just for you. I want to answer all of these questions and more. So if you have other things you'd like to learn about, leave them in the comments below and let me know what they are. And you can also go to my website, jobinterviewcoach.ca, where I've got some additional information and a lot of content that will benefit you in your interview process. So subscribe and like this channel, and let's work together to figure out how to practice for success.